Don't keep on drinking. Doctor, you are in index. What, do you just put
This lesson we are looking at the listening tasks we are listening to. I need to come around and check that you did your homework.
what homework? I wasn't here. What was it? Well, I wasn't here. Miss.
Do you know what it is now? Well, now, it's actually going to be okay. Okay.
I wasn't here yesterday, Miss.
It's pretty valid reason.
Miss, just what's the homework?
I will explain.
Okay.
Homework. Where to? I can tell you.
Well, do you just go to Wikispace's login?
Just have to make sure, otherwise I'm going to put like censorship.
Okay, pretty abysmal homework completion, maybe because you're used to having a weekend to do it. What I would like you to do is just by next week, I need you to have finished 3 cases. But the problem is, you also have an essay to do. Yes. So the reason is that we don't have a lesson on Friday because of college participation day. So you have lost a lesson in time. The coursework, the assessment task says you have to do 3 cases. So, yes.
When we did in class,
Yeah, that counts. That counts as one. And then 2 voices. We'll see if we've got some time to do some today, and you might even be able to work in groups to do it. How's that? All right. It's all about compromise. What we're going to do is listen to the listening task and brainstorm some ideas. The assessment task tells us that we need to use the ideas expressed in the excerpt from Deborah Oswald in your essay. That's going to be a little difficult because some of the ideas in it don't exactly relate to relationships. So we're going to have to do a bit of work to actually get it to relate to the essay question you've been given. So let's just listen to it the first time. It's an interview with Deborah Oswald. It's Deborah Oswald who wrote the play talking about Gary. So just listen. Don't need to write anything down.
You wrote the play Gary's House, and that's been on syllabus, the high school syllabus in New South Wales, and other states as well, perhaps. Tell me a bit about that, because about the play. It's such an interesting story in the play. Who was Gary?
It's a really good example of how a notebook can work. I've kept a notebook since I was 12, writing down things that I thought were interesting. And I met this couple in a pub in Kempsey in 1980. This guy, this broken down guy, and this young girl that he'd been sent to spy on in a workers' comp case. And they formed this bizarre, mutually supporting couple. And I thought they were fascinating, and I wrote a whole lot about them in my notebook. But it took 15 years for me to find a play they could live inside. And there we were building in our mud brick house, dragging bits of timber around. And I thought, Gary can build himself a house. So once the character and the idea of the house building came together, the play wrote itself quite quickly. Except that I killed him at the halfway mark, and I realised, and I thought, well, that's no good, you can't kill your main character at interval. So I thought it was a dud, and I put the play away for nearly a year until I worked out how to finish it. So in the end, I came up with what I hope is the right solution.
What happened when you had the idea to kill him? Were you shocked by it?
I was really shocked by it because I loved him, and I tend to write plays that can go down into a dark place, but I try to get everyone to climb up as authentically as they can to somewhere a little bit happier. I love my characters, and I want to do the best for them within a realistic framework, and I realised I couldn't do that for Gary. He had to die for the other things that were going to happen. And I feel bad about it, and I still feel bad about it. If I'm in the supermarket and a music track comes on that we used in the soundtrack for the play, and I think about the play, I will cry from the past Isle of Woolworths, thinking about Gary and the fact that I killed him and I couldn't save him.
I think it's Neil Gaiman, the writer, who said this. It might be someone else, but maybe it's G.K. Chesterton or someone like that, who said that when you write characters, they have lives of their own, and they move when you're not looking, which is a lovely line, I think.
Well, they move in your subconscious. Your conscious mind might not know what they're up to. But
so who killed Gary? Was it the character Gary? Was it you, or was it the play?
It was the life circumstances that I sat with him when he had to die. It's awful, isn't it? But his house got finished. In that play, the play starts with some footage, and at the end of the play, there is a house on stage, for which stage managers don't always see it. They have to dismantle the house every night, so the actors can build it again the next night. But I did my best for Gary.
So the question I'm asking is the ideas don't have a strange life. Strange they live in an old sort of, very old sort of way. So is it the idea that made it necessary to adopt it, or is it something you have to take complete ownership? I'm just using this as an example.
Yes. I had to take ownership of it. I guess I could have written it differently, but I felt there was to be true to the idea, I had to do that.
Where is Gary's house now?
Okay. So, what are the ideas that are communicated? What theme? I should change that. What themes / ideas are in the listening task? What's it talking about? Yep. So Gary's dead. What else? Yep. Writing this down? Yeah. Jesse, what other things are in the listening task? Did you hear anything to do with breaking the cycle? She didn't say those words. He has to die? Yeah. Why did Gary have to die? So other things sort of in place. His life circumstances, wasn't it? That's what she said. So then other things can happen. Yeah. Listen to it again.
Do you want us to do it like two colors, or can we just put them all under the one?
I'm kind of doing the ones on the left that are relevant to the question, and the ones on the right are just, yes, they're in the theme, so yes, two colors. There's not going to be many. Yeah. Anything else? Lenny, anything to add? Jackson? Okay. Let's listen to it again. I'll leave this on the board, but I'll listen.
You wrote the play Gary's House, and that's been on syllabus, the high school syllabus.
This time, please see if you can write down some quotes from what Deborah
Talk about
Olsen
that,
actually said.
about the play, because it's such an interesting story in the play. Who was Gary?
It's a really good example of how a notebook can work. I kept a notebook since I was 12, writing out things that I thought were interesting. And I met this couple in a pub in Kempsey in 1980. This guy, this broken down guy, and this young girl that he'd been sent to spy on in a workers' comp case. And they formed this bizarre, mutually supportive couple. And I thought they were fascinating, and I wrote a whole lot about them in my notebook. But it took 15 years for me to find a play that they could live inside. And there we were building in our mud brick house, dragging bits of timber around. And I thought, Gary can build himself a house. So once the character and the idea of the house building came together, the play wrote itself quite quickly. Except that I killed him at the halfway mark, and I realised, and I thought, well, that's no good, you can't kill the main character at interval. So I thought it was a dud, and I put the play away for nearly a year until I worked out how to finish it. So in the end, I came up with what I hope is the right solution.
What happened when you had the idea to kill him? Were you shocked by it?
I was really shocked by it because I loved him, and I tend to write plays where you can go down into a dark place, but I try to get everyone to climb up as authentically as they can to somewhere a little bit happier. I love my characters and I want to do the best for them within a realistic framework, and I realised I couldn't do that for Gary. He had to die for the other things that were going to happen. And I feel bad about it, and I still feel bad about it. If I'm in the supermarket and a music track comes on that we used in the soundtrack of the play, and I think about the play, I will cry in the past aisle of Woolworths, thinking about Gary and the fact that I killed him and I couldn't save him.
think it's Neil Gaiman, the writer, who said this. It might be someone else, but maybe it's G.K. Chesterton or someone like that. Who said that when you write characters, they have lives of their own and they move when you're not looking, which is a lovely line, I think.
Well, they move in your subconscious. Your conscious mind might not know what they're up to.
So who killed Gary? Was it the character Gary? Was it you or was it the play?
It was the life circumstance that I sat to with, and he had to die. It's awful, isn't it? But his house got finished. In that play, the play starts with some footings, and at the end of the play, there was a house on stage, for which stage managers don't always think me. They have to dismantle the house every night, so the actors can build it again the next night. But I did my best for Gary.
I suppose the question I'm asking is the ideas tend to have a strange life of their own.
Yes.
A strange dynamic. They live in an odd sort of, very odd sort of way. So is it the idea that made it necessary to die, or is it something you're happy to take complete ownership of? I'm just using this as an example.
Yes. I had to take ownership of it. I guess I could have written it differently, but I felt there was to be true to the idea, I had to do that.
Where is Gary's house been put?
Okay.
It sounds like a murderer. And in an interview saying, oh, you know.
Yeah, it could have been differently.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's right.
She's got the regret of the past, like it's safe, the guy
some quotes that you've got. Let's see. Ramen, did you get a good quote? Right. Yep, I've got that one. Yep. Let's see. Yep.
He had to die for other things to happen.
Okay.
Also with
It
was the characters can move.
Yes, characters move in the subconscious, yeah.
I haven't killed Gary halfway until I know what to do.
Yeah. Okay, did you get a good one?
She said, I like to lower my readers into a dark place and then as authentically as I can lift them out of
We
it.
try to get everyone to climb out as authentically as they can. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I've got you some quotes there if you didn't get any. He had to die, I couldn't save him. Who killed Gary? The life circumstances that I started him with. And then later she says, well, his house got finished. And then she talks about that the house starts off as footings on the stage, it's footings. Did anyone get that?
Putting and then at the end of the play,
Yeah, that's right. Okay, I think they're probably the most relevant quotes to your question. The question is on relationships, so we're going to have to do a bit of work linking this idea of breaking the cycle to relationships. So write down those quotes because you'll need to bring out those ideas in your essay.
Can I ask them how many quotes from your team?
A good place to put them might be in your introduction or conclusion maybe. It may get confusing in the paragraph. But you don't have to. You just have to refer, the listening task, the assessment says refer to the ideas.
So what are we going to do one of the on relationships for the one that we're looking for?
I'm kind of hoping we can begin that today. I've got a few assessment boxes that have to be ticked that perhaps are not as useful as filling that table out, but I have to do it, so we're doing that next. So what I did, I'll come back to this question from the start, what ideas are in the listening task? What themes? And do you think breaking the cycle as well now that you've listened to it again? Because she's referring to the cycle. She's saying that this is the life circumstances that I started with him with. That's what the cycle is, that he sees the only way out of it is actually to kill himself. Yeah, well, it's just the cycle. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to steer you away from that because you'll get confused in your essay. Okay, so are we finished again?
That last point on this slide, is that meant to be on the one before or on this one?
This one here?
Yeah.
I've just added it because it's really important to what I'm progressing you with. You can write it down if you like. I think that's probably...
The themes or?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. Okay, on your assessment notification, it says you've got to do a few things. You've got to do the assessment task itself on the day, which is in week 7. You've got to do the coursework essay. You've got to do the 3 learning framework boxes, and then it refers to a thing called an alarm sheet. Alarm framework. Okay, we're going to do that in class now. We're going to collect everyone's responses, type it up, and then I'm going to print it for you so you don't have to actually draw it in your books. The proviso with that is that you're all concentrating and focused and you're bearing with me in filling out a table that I think is somewhat a little bit annoying to do. Okay? So can you handle that? It's on the assessment task.
Wait, miss. Okay, I checked on my book. We're in week 5 right now. Next week's week 6. So we're actually doing the assessment thing in week 6, not week 7.
No. Week 6 your coursework essay is due, and then week 7 your assessment task.
The assessment task is the one we're doing in class.
Yeah.
Oh, and then coursework one is in week 2. Oh no, but then
And I'm going to have to be like a mad person and madly mark all of your essays and all of my advanced essays in like 24-hour period to be able to give you feedback, to be able to put it into your assessment task. Other classes have their essay due this week, but I wanted to give you more time.
oh,
Yep. What is this alarm thing? That's a very good question that many teachers would like to know. Okay. This is something that, like, it's embedded into our, what do you call it? Yeah, college thing. So we're doing it. We have to. But I'm going to actually make it useful for you. All right? It says in your assessment here, it says, So we're doing it now. Let's do it really quickly. I'm going to make sure that it's useful for you, but I'm not going to make you write any of it down. Okay? So, I use it for essay planning, right? So what I'm going to do is get you to look at the actual assessment task question. Have a look at that. This one now, let's just be clear on that. This is for the actual assessment task. Jesse? Keyword in the actual assessment task question. So go to your friend's shoulder and look at his assessment task. How? Yep. Here's one I said earlier. How? Another keyword that is really important. Importance of relationships. Here's another one I prepared earlier. And well, that's part of the question, but from the listening part, we decided that break the cycle was in there and same with death as well. So I might add that because that was a good suggestion. Okay, so they are the 4 kind of key issues that your assessment task needs to be. Good point. It doesn't seem like it is. How, if I taught you this, how always means technique. I'm going to get you a bar. That'll be good. Are you saying it was violent crumble? But no, it was violent crumble.
Yeah. Violent.
So like your taste buds were like. Write this on your forehead. Or your You see the word how in English anytime. In any essay question, in any coursework question, in any short answer question, you see the word how, it means technique. Okay? Write it, remember it, how means technique. So the reason why how is important, what is the main technique in Gary's house? The how. Good. Okay, so what we're doing is we're actually naming and defining all of the issues that we need to put into the mix. Sort of like a brainstorm. Our next step is to look for quotes that have something to do with any of those things. To do this, what I'm going to do is ask you in rows to find a quote for one of those things. So let's see. This row, I would like you to find a quote from the play that has something to do with relationships. Anything. You can do one or more. You can take all of you to do one quote. You can find a couple and pick the best one. I don't mind. But I want one quote. I'm giving you 5 minutes. This row, I would like you to do set design, something to do with the house. 5 minutes. Same with you guys. You do something from towards the beginning of the play. Front row, I'm talking to you. Something from the beginning of the play. Okay? Yeah? Cut it. Yeah. And then something for you guys from towards the end of the play. We'll get another one. I would like you to do breaking the cycle and then
Where is it? What page?
As soon as I open them up, I was good. Miss, please, going on the front.
Why do you like
You're an idiot.
Good job. Okay. Good. I need to go and check. Okay, let's go through some of these quotes. So, relationships, all we've got is each other, Christine, Virgo, Sue, and Jane today. What's the guarantee that you don't have to write all this up into your book is that we're paying attention and we're focused. So, what is the technique just for your book? Technique for your quote? Repetition, maybe?
It's to do with abandonment as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they try to make the way they say it. The way they say it.
What's the... We're not up to that yet. We're not finished with the side row. Why are those quotes? What's the significance? Tell me why they're important. This is the theme of relationships. Hang on. Someone from... And other rows, this is what you have to do, so work out what you're going to say.
The first one is Gary, his relationship with Christine, saying all we go to each other, and what they've been through and that there's not other people there for them.
So in relationships are important because
Relationships is important. It's how people can understand
The journey they've been and the journey.
okay. Front row. There are always gorgeous and the progress and how like the word forward is like the love and the connection between each practice and the relationship. Significance of your quote, obviously, stage direction.
Yes, it's stage.
It doesn't mean you're going to go, otherwise I will make you write it down. Complete, and what is, so that's not what it symbolizes, that's what it is. So the completeness of the house symbolizes the completeness of their family, dream, relationship.
Would you say it was a closure? Does that often dream of
Yes. Explain the
Hang on, we're just waiting for some people to stop talking. And listen, pay attention. I don't want to have to make you copy all of this down. So if you're listening, then you will get some ideas for your essay. Yeah. So the technique?
Oh.
So it says Gary never had a proper family, he lived in foster homes and that, and it's Sue-Ann, isn't it, who's explaining Gary's part. So what's... That's actually a pretty tough one.
Yeah, we're trying to open the book and it's close from the down.
I see, yeah. Can someone see that?
I'll find another one.
Yeah, can we come back to you?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure we can find better breaking the cycle quotes through technique. Gary would have looked after us. Now there's no one to look after us. Do you have a technique for that? Can we think about the tone? What's the tone? What is she? Yeah. It's sort of fatalistic as well. Like, I mean, like she's like, now we're all gonna die. Now there's no one to look after us. Like, she's not fatalist. Where's the quote that you can? Yep. That's really good. The impact of Gary's death and how it impacts people and affects people not only in terms of the fact that they're abandoned but broken relationships. Hey, broken relationships. Yeah. Yeah.
I think I found a better one.
Yeah, read it.
It's from Christine, like the end of the kind of the end of the day. It says, not used to this, I can tell you I haven't felt this good since. Like, bit of a shock to the system. Haven't felt like this since forgotten what this felt like. Is that right?
Yeah. They're both in, like, together.
Bunch of them.
Yeah, there are a lot. And new technique. What about the ellipses, like the dot dot?
Yeah, that one.
That'd be a technique. Yeah. So the pauses there suggest that she doesn't know what it feels like to have hope. Yeah, because she's like not used to this, bit of a shock to the system. Dot dot dot. She says that she's these things I didn't quite catch up. Okay, the board looks a bit of a mess at this point. What we need to do is bring all of that together. So thinking about how one thing can relate to the other, to the others, and coming out with a sort of one-sentence evaluation about the play. That's the part you have to do yourself. So in your books, please, having expanded upon what each of those themes are and what each of the parts of the question means, I'd like you to write a one-sentence summary in response to, if you could answer the question in one sentence, how would you answer it? In other words, what I'm asking you to do is write your thesis statement, your argument for the essay, based on some of those ideas. You'll need to think, you'll need to read from the board, you'll need to reflect. One sentence about bringing all of that together. All of it. One sentence.
How long is the sentence after this? Is there a maximum length of the sentence?
No. That is writing a one-sentence summary, your answer to the question. In other words, you're writing a thesis statement. Having learned all of that, having thought about all of that, that was our brainstorm, class brainstorm about what the question is asking. Now make your thesis
Question
statement.
for the in-class one or the course?
In-class one. I'll write it on the board.
I don't want to lose it, so I don't have to school.
writing. I'm writing it as quickly as I can.
Yes.
Yeah.
What does it mean when you say powerful exploration?
Very good.
Good.
Example of.
Like if he's saying that, because I mean, Oswald does do a very good job of making the audience feel emotionally involved with the characters. Not power as in like you said power. Power as in like it creates a response. Like that. But it's not him. So you don't like it, don't worry. Yeah, it's hard. Think about some of the section, some of this, like that, that, and maybe that.
So we have to cover all of those.
Like,
All
yep, as succinctly as you can in one question. It's not meant to be easy. But I'm going to suggest you use the same thing. Some people are really good at this, some people aren't. That's okay. Get better at it. That's okay. Be upfront with it. So I think, oh, did you say that? But I reckon that's okay.
But that's not enough. This is enough.
Concentrate, please. that, I'd like you to then undo your thesis. So your thesis is here. Then write 3 main points that your thesis is arguing. So point number 1, point number 2, point number 3. So if you're arguing that that house embodies the connection between the characters and shows the importance of relationships to overcome adversity, then number 1, relationships are needed to overcome adversity. Number 2, there is a negative impact when relationships are broken. And number 3, relationships can empower people to mend their sense of inner being. I don't know, something like that. Put it into 3 subpoints. Would anyone like you to put your hand up if you want me to read your thesis? So you can move on to in other words.
Wait, Miss, so what?
Yours is good.
No, what are we doing now?
3 subpoints. So,
Okay, so do we do them dot-wise or do we have to do them like in the paragraph?
think about the whole thing. You can mention relationships in overcoming adversity. You can use it if you like. If you haven't got one, write that one down. Okay, so your 3 points are going to be something like this. Something here. Relationship should be. Something like breaking the cycle through relationships, impact of death on relationships, and overcoming adversity through relationships. So relationships is repeated throughout because that is the most important part of the question. Okay, would anyone like to take a photo of the mess that is on the board? I don't think I need to. So if you wanted to take a photo of it, in fact, I will take a photo of it and put it up with the other. Anyone else? Their own personal essay, starting, writing, lots of quotes there, techniques on board.
Rox, can you send it to me?
I will. You might forget.
Send it to me.
Speak now, go full speed. Okay, that's very going to help. I mean, I'm about to give you the instruction of a lifetime. Okay, remember, your essay must always answer the question and must have, a thesis throughout. Your coursework essay, right, does have to be on a character, right? And as best you can, use your thesis for your assessment task to answer the questions of the coursework. So the coursework question says that identify one interesting character and explore how dramatic techniques are used to shape your response to the character and explore the idea of relationship. So all you have to do is use someone like Christine or Dave to argue that. Does that make sense? And it's a little tricky. I'm asking you to do two things, but it will save you work later on. As best you can, have in mind your thesis for your assessment task in order to answer your coursework essay. It is due on Monday. Don't be late because I might not be able to mark it if not. Okay, here's one I prepared earlier. An introduction. You want to write it down? No, please just write it down. Yeah, well, that's enough to write that. It is. The blue sentence is the thesis, okay? Deborah Oswald has consistently used dramatic techniques to shape the audience's response to her play, thus allowing the audience to explore the idea of relationships. This is because Oswald provides a confronting experience. Are we listening? Yeah, I'll answer that question in a second. For the audience, forcing the audience to consider the importance of relationships in both the present and the past. By considering the character of Gary, we can see how Oswald achieved a slightly different take on the thesis that I did, but it's still a good thesis. The reason why this is because in brackets is because you don't actually have to say this is because, it just helps you to link the sentence together. Feel free to use the this is because cheat. It's just a good way of helping you to get your ideas across. Yes. Question?